Hello, and welcome to the first Tuesday of September in school since 2019. Every year, our calendar tells us that the new year happens on January 1st. And that's true of most westernized countries that follow what's called the Gregorian calendar. It is the year 2021, and it started on January 1st. But there are many countries and religions and cultures in the world that also follow a second calendar, or maybe only follow a second calendar. And their New Year's days, depending on many things, their harvest or the moon cycles or things like that, fall all months of the year. So let's look quickly at where have New Year's dates fallen in this year of 2021. We started the new year on January 1st. Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese people celebrated their new year in February. Our Iranian friends celebrate the new year in March, on March 20th of 2021. In April, we had an Indian New Year's festival, Sikh and Thai. In August was the Islamic New Year. And right now, September 7th is in the middle of the Jewish New Year called Rosh Hashanah, and we'll learn a little bit about that in a minute. And then in November, we have the Indian New Year celebration of Diwali and Hmong New Year, which we'll learn more about in November. So you can see what and when New Year's happens is different all over the world. And honestly, for me as a teacher, the beginning of a new school year is truly what feels like my new year. Meeting new students, teaching new classes, moving to new classrooms, that all feels like a fresh start. So I feel like we are all celebrating a new year here together. And how cool is it that we are finally in the building with each other? So let's watch a little video about our friends who are celebrating Jewish New Year. So if you look around your classroom, there may be students or staff that are gone because they are celebrating New Year with their families. And let's learn a little bit about that.
Rosh Hashanah is one of my favorite days of the whole year. It's a holiday on the Jewish calendar that begins usually around the fall months, where you blow shofar, this ram's horn, and you make a sound of punctuating the year, saying, we're going to begin again. And it is full of traditions and full of family, meals, and spending time together in community. Rosh Hashanah really stands out in the Jewish calendar as a uniquely, not exclusively Jewish holiday. This is a moment where Jews and non-Jews can really come together. It's an invitation to come together as community way beyond any one of our tribes. Rosh Hashanah is actually a 2-day holiday, and I take from that I have so much to celebrate and actually so much to let go of from the year that just ended that it takes some time. The most common way that people observe Rosh Hashanah doesn't happen in the synagogue, it happens at home. And the meal right before the holiday begins is the gathering of friends and family, and there are various traditions, including taking pieces of an apple and dipping it in honey and saying, may the year be sweet like this. I remember as a young child, I'm actually allergic to apples. And so the tradition of dipping an apple into honey was one that I just couldn't do. And so eventually we started finding a new fruit, a fruit we'd never tried before. And so it was always exciting to find, what does the fruit look like? How do I prepare it? Does it taste good in the end at all? I remember as a child just feeling so excited about it every year. As a parent now, I really hope that my children are experiencing it not as an allergic reaction, but as an exploration, as something to discover. Even though it's an ancient tradition, it's never the same when you do it right. The greeting for Rosh Hashanah, if you see someone who's in that zone, is you say, Shana Tova, may it be a good year. The extended version of that is Lishana Tova Tikatemu V'Techatemu. May you be written and inscribed for a good year, because one of the metaphors on Rosh Hashanah is that God has a book of life. And my biggest prayer for everybody, especially me, I guess, is that I be written in for one more year of life. And so my wish for you when I see you is that you have that blessing too. In the spirit of Rosh Hashanah, what I really wish everyone, both physically present and virtually here, a sense of safety in the world, a sense of health and peace, and that the people that you love and the people you don't know and the people you disagree with can actually experience a world where there's less tumult, where we can actually stand together, hopeful about the year to come. So I wish that for you.
What a beautiful wish for all of us as we start our new year.
Rosh Hashanah is one of my favorite days of the whole year. It's a holiday on the Jewish.
Every time. Okay, so that was a beautiful wish for a new year. And we are all together here as our Jewish families and friends celebrate their new year. So we're going to do 2 passes in a circle with each other. Our first pass is thinking back from September of this year all the way over the past year. So the summer, last spring when we came back to school, and the winter and fall when we were all in distance learning. What is one thing that you want to celebrate from September to September? And then on the second pass, what do you want to, or even if you don't want to let go of it, what do you think you need to let go of as we start our new year together at North? And if you have time and you'd like to do a final pass where you make a wish to the other people in your advisory for their new year, please do that as well. Teachers, you can either just pause the video on this screen so you've got the questions. Otherwise, this slideshow is uploaded into our Canvas advisory course, and you can grab that slide and put it up for your students so you've got the questions. Happy new school year, everyone. I'm glad to be here with you.